Drinking buddies, I went to another one of those Fry's whiskey events. Story time, drinking buddies. Plus Bourbon Hall. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
I went to one of those bourbon events today up in Phoenix. A couple friends of mine drove up there, and we thought getting there about 2 hours before it started would give us a pretty good chance of, getting something decent. Unfortunately, there was an accident on I-10 driving up from Tucson, so it put us about 40 minutes late. So we didn't get there until about 6:30. So we were about an hour and a half before the event started, which put us about 150 in line, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I was able to get some cool samples from some people today from the event. Plus here, I met a friend here and he gave me some samples. So I got one of those here today. It's one of these. It's a Distiller Select, or they used to be called Tennessee Taster. It's not this one, but it's a Jack Daniel's Distillery Series. It is a straight bourbon whiskey, well, straight Tennessee whiskey, but straight bourbon whiskey finished in añejo tequila casks, 90 proof. So before we even get too deep into this, let's give this a quick little review. It smells really nice. Vanilla bomb, like so much vanilla. Little nice oak thing as well. Something a little bit like spicy and maybe a little savory note here. Not as sweet as a lot of the other, bourbons. Oh, that's nice. The tequila comes through pretty well on here. You can tell it's bourbon, but that tequila has kind of muted the banana flavor that I get off of Jack and created a more savory experience. A lot of vanilla on here. There's a little bit of oak and some nice cinnamon presence. Pretty tasty. Anyway, I met a good friend there at the event, and he picked this up for me when he was in Canada. So I have the Traveler Exclusive Wild Turkey non-chill filtered rare breed, 116.8 proof. It's a 1 liter bottle, and these are like $35 with tax. It's crazy. So please, Russells, if you're watching this, release a non-chill filter to the rest of us, because it is so much better than the regular version. You'll notice on the rare breed rye that you can buy anywhere in the States is non-chill filtered. So why isn't the regular bourbon? All right, so they made a change to the way the process works. Now they had it to where if you bought 2 bottles off of table B, which was all shelf bottles, nothing fancy, nothing special on there. They moved anything fancy or special from table A over to anything special or fancy that was on table B to table A. And if you bought 2 bottles from table B, you could buy anything. You could buy 2 bottles from table A. So what does that do? That does a lot of things. That makes it to where if you're 150th in line, you're really 300th in line, because everybody has bought 2 bottles at that point. And there's not 300 good bottles. So I definitely left disappointed, but there's more here. There's more to unpack, because if you're able to get 2 bottles at retail of really high-end, really sought-after, allocated Buffalo Trace bottles, that really encourages more flippers to show up. Because if you're just buying 1, it's not worth it to wait in line all night long to get 1 bottle and then flip it for $300. But if you can get 2 bottles for $50 each and wait in line for 12 hours and flip them both for $600 total, it might be worth it for some people to show up all night and flip bottles, which is why memes like this one found themselves online. Mark is the guy who organizes these events for Fry's, and I think he did a really big disservice to whiskey community in Arizona today. Basically, you've rewarded everyone who camped, and you've encouraged camping, and now the next time they have events like this, there will be people waiting 48 hours in advance. That's the world that he has created. And I was pretty annoyed. I was happy to get an E.H. Taylor small batch. That's all I was able to get. Everything else was gone. It was the choice between this or Blanton's. And guys know I like Blanton's, but it's not something I need a backup of lying around. So I could have bought a second bottle to get a Blanton's and an E.H. Taylor. But by the time I got up there was nothing really on table B that I needed. Some of the cheaper bottles were already gone, like Early Times Bottled and Bond was long gone. They had Benchmark on there. Benchmark was long gone. So if I wanted to buy this and the Blanton's, I would have had to spend an extra, $200 more to get the Blanton's. So I just bought the A.H. Taylor small batch. This thing I'm super happy to get. This I'm super happy to get, but usually I'm throwing up like 5-6 bottles up here. So I guess this is your drinking buddy complaining a little bit. I apologize for that, since I'm sure some of you out there would be happy to have this haul and call it great, and I should be too. So here I am being thankful once again for this haul. I'm putting away my whining, and I'm going to sit around and enjoy some of the great samples people poured for me, because you guys are amazing. Everything you guys do for me is awesome. Every time you like, every time you subscribe, those of you who give me samples like this, that's so cool. And then my channel members, you keep this thing running. I appreciate every single one of you. You don't know what it means to be a channel member. It's kind of like a Patreon, but it's right here on YouTube, so you don't have to have an extra app and extra things going on. All the perks are right here, except I did start a Discord server and Yahoo Fantasy Football League for us. So not everything is here on the app, but for the most part, our perks are going to be right here on YouTube. Anyway, drinking buddies, I hope this was informative. I hope my rant wasn't too annoying. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.